Welcome back to our channel. Welcome back to We of More. It's such a pleasure to have you guys joining me here today. My name is Veronica Rodriguez, as you guys know, and my sister Mio, unfortunately for us, but fortunately for her, is not here. She's actually on vacation with my mom in New York. So, hi Mom, hi Mio. Love you ladies. Hi Isabel. So, this month we've been talking about the word fear, dun dun dun, right? And we've been creating all these acronyms to kind of change our perspective and how we view fear. We talked about forgetting everything and running. We talked about facing everything and rising. We talked about a faith that extends above reasoning and above your reach. And we were so impressed and so blessed by you guys and your comments and your sharing of your stories, being vulnerable. And really seeing how God is the same loving, alive God in each and every one of our lives, but how differently this emotion has come into our lives and how we've been able to conquer it with the strength of the Lord. So I want to give a shout out to you guys. Janet and Jasmine, you guys are the winners of our self-care sets. Yes! We also bought you guys a journal and a cool CD of Beth Moore, where we know that you guys are going to be blessed by these awesome gifts because you guys were vulnerable with us and blessed us with your testimonies. The day of the Bible study, the We Have More Bible study, we were able to come together and be vulnerable, and you guys shared your experiences with fear. And I love the fact that you recognized that fear was something that at one point in your lives held you back, but that you guys were able to flip the switch, overcome it. And now, because of that, you guys are stronger, better, more resilient, and have this amazing testimony in your hands to bless us with. So I love you ladies. Jasmine, Janet, thank you so much. You guys are the winners of our care sets. I will link your names below right here, and I will be giving you guys your gifts once I see you guys. Thank you. To all you other guys that are out there that haven't had the opportunity to win, don't forget to post your fear experiences, share your comments, like, subscribe on all our social media platforms, YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, right here, Facebook. Anywhere that you guys see us, be sure to like us, subscribe, share with your friends. Bless not only your friends, but also receive a blessing for yourself with these topics. We wanted to put the challenge out there to have you guys talk to us and tell us what topics you would like us to speak next. We do have an exciting topics for next month. It's going to be super awesome, and we're going to be blessed by it all together. But we wanted also to reach out to you guys so you guys can share, what do you guys want to know? What perspective do you want to know? What do you want to share? And if you want to be a guest right here in our show, let us know, and we'll bring you guys on, and we can do a Q&A like we're going to do today with our very special guest. Okay, so I want to let you guys know that we have ended this month, right? And this is our last week talking about fear. And then we're going to be using false expectations that appear real. So false expectations that appear real. Okay? So fear has been something that I've struggled with all my life. I started the series right here in my bedroom because this is where it started all. But I also wanted to end it on this note because now that God has given me the power, the strength, the love, and like he told Timothy, I have not given you a spirit of fear, but of power, of love, and a sound mind. I have been empowered, and I know how to shut fear out of my life, right? 1 John 4:18 says, there's no fear in love, but perfect love drives out fear. And that's something that God has shown me throughout all my life, right? When I was 19, I didn't know that I had struggled with postpartum depression. I had my first son, and being so young and being alone and being in this, in New Jersey by myself without my mom, without a lot of family there, it was really, really, really difficult for me. And I wanted to talk about that today. I wanted to talk about a very serious thing that women go through. And I know I went through it in such a way, and I wanted to show you guys and give you guys light as to what sometimes it looked like. But I love my son. My son was a new hope. I've always said that my son and my daughter are my two pieces of heaven here on earth. But being so young and in that moment, I did struggle with postpartum depression, which is not something that I knew. And that postpartum depression was actually something that I struggled with even before, and the foundation of that postpartum depression was actually my fear. It was rooted in my fear. So ever since I've been small, I spoke to you guys before, I slept with 9 knives in my bed because I've always had this reoccurring fear dream that someone would come into my house and harm my family, harm my brother, my sister. In this case, when I was 19 and I had my son, that's all I could see. So I had envisioned a plan. I took my sheets, my bedroom sheets, and I created this sort of braid where I would tie it around myself, like Rapunzel, throw it out the window, and I would go down. Yes, it was very Mission Impossible-ish, Rapunzel-ish. It was just a mixture. The funny thing about it is that I would see these people coming in and taking my son, and I didn't really know how serious this was. I just thought it was something that was so random. But I didn't really know, I didn't really recognize that this postpartum depression was actually, it had grown into it because of my ultimate fear, right? Fear of not feeling safe, fear of not knowing my purpose, fear of not knowing the reason why I was here, fear of just not knowing who protected me and who was fighting for me. So after that, I discovered this verse. There's no fear in love, but perfect love drives out fear. God is not recognizing and saying that you won't feel fear. But the Bible tells us more than 365 times, do not be afraid. Because it's one thing to feel something, and it's one thing to be something. And God wants us to know who we are. We are His children. He protects us. He loves us. He guides us. And even though we might feel fear as an emotion, it's not a part of us. It's not what we're made of. Right? So in that midst of all that process and feeling all that fear, I recognized that I had an outgrown fear, right? See, 500 years ago, Michel de Montaigne said, "My life has been filled with terrible misfortune, most of which never happened." And according to a study by the HuffPost, 97% of what we fear never happens. It's just your fearful mind punishing you with exaggerations and misperceptions, false expectations. But I'm going to raise my hand because I know every one of you guys have felt those false expectations. And they've been so real. They were very real for me. So anyways, I was 19 and I would put locks on everything to protect the most precious thing that God had entrusted me at that point. That was my son. On both occasions, that fear that I had created in my mind drove me to the same place. It drove me to the Word of God. I dusted it off and I prayed. And I told Him, if you are who you say you are, show me. And it still amazes me that the Bible is so relatable to this day to us. It's alive, it's powerful, it's a light. And I found that this Bible verse was showing me even more and more that as I had a relationship with God and knew not only the one who had made me, but knew what He had made me for, I understood that His love would protect me like it's protecting you right now. I understood that his love would make me free, like it's made you free right now in this moment. I understood that his love, his unconditional, pure, amazing love would always be there for me, and it wouldn't fail, and it won't fail you. So, God is a jokester when it comes to some of these things, because even after I understood that, I still had this fear constantly, and my son can tell you, I couldn't even get food to my son. I would chew the food from my mouth and put it in his mouth because I didn't want him to choke on his food. I was so afraid. But then God gave me another piece of heaven 4.5 years after. And that piece of heaven is what I want to share with you guys today. Abby, come on, jump in and join me. Say hi.
Hi.
Say your name.
My name's Abby.
Abby. So, Abby, I have some quick questions that we're going to ask Abby, and I am going to show you guys. Abby actually, it's awesome that she's wearing that shirt. That's her treasured GGE, Girls Great Escape shirt. And that was a retreat that I went with her, mother and daughter. I was one of the leaders there. And I was able to see Abby in this amazing element. So, Abby, why do you love to try new things?
I want to see if I like it or not.
You want to see if you like it or not? Cool answer. Abby, are you ever afraid that you might drown when you go down those rides and are swimming in an open lake or anything like that?
Yeah, I was scared of alligators, but then I was like, I'm not really scared, because if you're not going to try it, then why point of being there in the lake just sitting?
Okay, so you were scared of the alligators, but then you were like, well, what's the point of me being here if I'm not going to try it? You know what I mean? So you're not afraid to try new things, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And we were talking later on, and you mentioned something really cool. You said that sometimes you are afraid, right? But what do? You focus?
I just focus on the positive, not the negative.
So you focus on the positive in the outcome, in the situation, and not the negative?
Yes.
That's cool. Who showed you that?
Well, I don't really know. It's just I was thinking about it because I wanted to have fun with my friends, so I just went in the lake and I just thought that, oh, we could just go on this slide and then we should go on, and yeah.
So you focused on the fun? And ultimately, who is the person that you trust?
God and my mom and some other people.
So Abby, what does it mean to be fearless to you?
You let fear hold you back.
Do you want to say it to the camera so everybody can hear you?
You don't let fear hold you back.
Yeah. You don't let fear hold you back. See, I always say God was a jokester and had a sense of humor because my first experience with my son was very different than my second experience with my daughter. Ever since she was in my belly, Miss Abby was always so fearless. She would talk to strangers. She would love on people. She's always had this amazing ability to not judge and to embrace everybody and accept everybody and try new things, like that lake, like swimming, like she touches rabid dogs, she loves animals, she always goes above and beyond to do all these extreme things. And it's not that she doesn't feel fear, like Abby was saying, is that she just focuses on the purpose and on the fun of what's going on. Right, Abby?
Yeah.
Right? And who run the world?
Girls.
Who run the world?
Girls.
Who run this mother?
Girls.
Who run this mother? That's our duet, always our song. So, what false expectations have you dealt with? Share your stories, comments, everything, and you'll be in the running for our next prize. Our next prize is going to be another gift card with another We of More shirt, so you guys can join the crew. We'll have announcements of when our next Bible study is going to be, and we just want to let you know, don't let fear paralyze you. don't let fear stop you.
Yeah.
Tell them, Abby.
Like,
focus on the fun. Focus on the purpose.
And if you share your stories, don't get afraid of sharing them. Because if you did some bad things in the past, but God still forgives you, and everybody has done everything bad. So, yeah.
That's true. She's talking about bad things in the past. So don't be afraid to share your stories and be vulnerable. We all know that invulnerability is where we create connection. We'd love to hear from you guys, and we'd also love to hear what other topics you guys want to hear about. What other things do you want us to see us do? Next time, I'm going to be preparing Never Have I Ever. Never have I ever. Never have I ever. You guys have been shouting out a whole bunch of questions for us. We want to continue to hear your questions and hear everything that you guys want to know from us, and we want to get to know you guys too. If you want to be a guest right here on our We of More show right here, and you want to share your story, you want to share a topic, come on down. Come and join us. I promise you guys we'll have a hot plate of Puerto Rican rice and some good food, right, Abby?
Yeah.
And we'll just have a great time. Thank you guys so much for joining us. And remember, do more, be more, and reach more. We have more. Subscribe to our channel. Tell them, Abby.
Subscribe to our channel. Press that like button.
Press the like button. Notification bell.
Yeah.
Love you. Love you guys. Bye.